Today we are diving headfirst into one of the greatest adventure stories of all time, the Three Musketeers. Seriously, it's this incredible tale of friendship, action, and high-stakes conspiracy in 17th century France. This was a world where knowing who to trust and who held the real power, well, it could literally mean the difference between life and death.
And it all starts with this piece of advice, given from a father to his son as he's heading off to Paris. And you know what? This one sentence is everything. It's the whole power map of France in a nutshell. You've got the king, you've got his incredibly powerful chief minister, Cardinal Richelieu, and you've got the captain of the musketeers. These are the only three men who matter.
And that advice is for our hero, who arrives in this city of secrets with a whole lot of ambition.
So, meet D'Artagnan. He's this fiery, ambitious young guy from a region called Gascony. He shows up in Paris with big dreams and, basically no money. His one prized possession is a single letter of introduction to the famous Monsieur de Treville, the captain of the king's musketeers. D'Artagnan thinks his future is set, but he's also got this fierce Gascon pride, and he's really quick to take offense, which is about to get him into a world of trouble, like immediately.
Pretty much the second he gets to an inn, some mysterious nobleman with a scar makes fun of his horse, which is this weird yellow color. D'Artagnan, being D'Artagnan, instantly challenges the guy to a duel. It does not go well. He gets knocked out cold by the man's buddies, and when he finally comes to, he realizes his most important possession is gone.
That's right. His one and only letter of introduction has been stolen. In a flash, his single connection to power, his ticket to the life he wants, is just gone. So now he's got no connections, no money, and he has to rely on nothing but his own wits and, luckily for him, his very sharp sword.
So even without the letter, D'Artagnan heads over to see Monsieur de Treville anyway. But in his rush, he manages to do something that's almost impressive. He ticks off the three most famous, most feared musketeers in all of France. And he does it in record time. Check out this schedule. At noon, he sets up a duel with the noble Athos because he accidentally bumps into his wounded shoulder. An hour later, at 1 o'clock, he's scheduled a duel with the larger-than-life Porthos after getting tangled in his fancy cloak. And then at 2, he's got another duel, this time with the quiet Aramis because he pointed out that Aramis dropped a lady's handkerchief. It's a busy afternoon. But just as he's about to fight the first duel, things get complicated.
See, in Paris at this time, you have this constant rivalry simmering between two elite groups, the King's Musketeers and the Cardinal's Guards. Now, they both technically serve the state, but they are loyal to two very different masters. And they absolutely hate each other, always looking for an excuse to fight in the streets.
So just as D'Artagnan is about to fight Athos, who shows up? The Cardinal's Guards, and they try to arrest all of them for illegal dueling. In that one split second, D'Artagnan has to make a choice, and he draws his sword, not against the musketeers, but with them. His incredible courage against their shared enemy instantly melts away all the bad blood. His three dueling opponents become his allies, and from that moment on, the four of them are inseparable.
And that brand new friendship? It gets put to the ultimate test almost immediately. D'Artagnan finds himself tangled up in some seriously dangerous court drama. A secret mission that comes directly from the Queen of France herself.
Okay, so here's the Cardinal's devious little trap. He knows that the Queen gave a set of 12 diamond studs, a gift from the King no less, to her secret love, the English Duke of Buckingham. So the Cardinal goes to the King and suggests he throw a huge party and, oh, by the way, insist the Queen wear those specific diamonds. He's setting her up to be publicly humiliated, which could even spark a war with England. The Queen is desperate, and she turns to the only people she can trust. The four friends take off for London to get the diamonds back. But the Cardinal's agents are waiting for them at every turn. It's a nightmare journey. Porthos gets suckered into a duel and is left behind, injured. Aramis gets shot. Athos gets framed for a crime and has to go into hiding. One by one, they get picked off, until only D'Artagnan is left, riding on to England all by himself.
Against all the odds, D'Artagnan actually makes it to London. He finds the Duke of Buckingham, only to discover the Cardinal was a step ahead of them the whole time. His agent has already been there and has stolen 2 of the 12 diamonds. The ball is just days away, and now they're in an absolute panic, racing to get 2 perfect fakes made before it's too late.
And he does it. D'Artagnan gets the diamonds back to the queen just in the nick of time, saving her from total disaster. But this victory has made him a brand new, very powerful enemy, the cardinal's terrifyingly effective spy.
So, who is this agent? This person who outsmarted them? Well, she's more than just a spy. She is the true villain of this story. A beautiful but absolutely lethal woman, known simply as Milady.
Milady de Winter. She's the one. She stole the diamonds from the Duke. She's the one who's been setting traps for D'Artagnan and his friends. But as they're about to find out, she has a secret, dark past that connects her directly and tragically to one of their own.
And then Athos drops an absolute bombshell. That fleur-de-lis brand on her shoulder, that's the mark they put on convicted felons in France, and it's a mark he recognizes. He reveals that Milady is his wife, a woman he believed he had executed years and years ago after he discovered her criminal past. This just changes everything. In a super tense confrontation, Athos manages to grab a piece of paper from her. And this isn't just any paper. It is her most powerful weapon. It's a blank pardon signed by Cardinal Richelieu himself that basically forgives any crime she commits, as long as it's for the good of France.
Just listen to that. The bearer of this letter has done what was necessary by my order. It's a license to kill. It's permission to do whatever she thinks is necessary, all with the official blessing of the most powerful man in the entire country. This document makes her completely untouchable by the law.
And because she's protected by the cardinal, Milady is now free to get her revenge on D'Artagnan and his friends, which leads to a really dark and tragic final act.
Unrestrained, Milady goes for the heart. D'Artagnan's true love, the innocent Constance Bonacieux, has been hiding out in a convent to stay safe. Milady finds her there and poisons her. D'Artagnan arrives just in time to watch Constance die in his arms. For the Musketeers, this is the final straw.
The Musketeers, along with Milady's English brother-in-law, they hunt her down. They find her, and they bring with them an official executioner whose own life she ruined years ago. They hold an unofficial trial right there on the spot. And the list of her crimes is just horrifying. D'Artagnan accuses her of poisoning Constance. Lord de Winter accuses her of murdering his brother and the Duke. Athos accuses her of the deception that destroyed his life. And the executioner, he accuses her of ruining his family.
The verdict is unanimous. It is swift. They all agree, the death penalty. Realizing that the official justice system will always protect her, they decide to step outside the law and deliver their own justice. And there, on the banks of a dark river, the executioner carries out the sentence.
And this is where the story leaves us. The heroes have won, the villain is defeated, but they had to become executors to do it. And it forces you to ask a really tough question. In a world where the powerful protect the wicked, what does justice even mean? Is this a necessary act, or is it just dark revenge? It's a question that makes this adventure classic feel so powerful, even hundreds of years later.